Why is there an erotic carving on some of the architectures of Nepal? In Hinduism, the four Purusarthas, which are dharma or duty, artha or prosperity, kama or pleasures including sexual gratification, and moksha, spiritual liberation, are regarded as the primary objectives of human existence. It is believed that individuals should endeavor to attain these four Purusarthas in their lives. Kama, which encompasses pleasures and sexual satisfaction, is viewed as an integral aspect. Hinduism places significant emphasis on human sexuality, and during ancient times, sex was never a subject of taboo. Erotic carvings have consistently remained a continuous subject despite their existence since ancient times. Many architectural structures in the Kathmandu Valley feature such enormous carving on the beams and pillars. What's astonishing is that these carvings can be found in the most sacred places one could imagine, including temples. Nevertheless, it is undeniable fact that these erotic carvings continue to adorn various temples within the Kathmandu Valley. The topic of erotic carvings is indeed shrouded in mystery and raises many questions. Despite the existence of books on this subject, there is still no definite answer. The term erotic carries a certain vulgarity in the Nepalese society today, but it's possible that it did not have the same connotation when these carvings were originally created. Societal norms and perception of what is considered explicit or taboo can change over time, and it's important to consider the historical and cultural context when interpreting such carvings. Erotic carvings can be found in several temples and architectural structures across the Kathmandu Valley. Some notable examples include Jagannath Temple in Kathmandu, Charnarayan Temple in Patan, Pasupatinath Temple in Bhaktapur Darbar Square, Dattatreya Temple in Dattatreya Square, Lakshmi Narayan Temple in Dattatreya Square, Narayan Temple in Khauma, Bhadrakali Temple in Belukhel, Pati on the premises of Wakupati Narayan Temple, Netapola Cafe in Taumari Square, Agache in Inagia Ganesh. The presence of erotic carvings in some temples in the Kathmandu Valley is attributed to an unique mythological belief. According to this myth, these erotic carvings serves as a means to deflect negative energy from entering the temple premises. It is believed that within these intricate carvings, there are mantras or chants inscribed that have the power to ward off negative influences. Consequently, the presence of these carvings is seen as a protective measure to safeguard the divine energy within the temple. The presence of erotic carvings in certain temples is associated with yet another intriguing mythological belief. According to this myth, these carvings serve as a form of protection not only against foreign invaders but also from the potential wrath of the gods. In particular, the myths link this carving to Lord Indra, the king of heaven, who is believed to be responsible for lightning and thunderbolt occurrence. The belief goes that temples and houses adorned with erotic carvings were spared from the wrath of Lord Indra's thunderbolts. There is also a somewhat contradictory aspect to this belief, suggesting that Lord Indra himself was so captivated by the erotic sculptures that he would not consider destroying them. But the placement of erotic carvings on the struts beneath the roof of the temple raises a valid point. If the primary purpose of these carvings was indeed to protect against lightning, one might expect them to be placed higher up, such as on the gajur or the pinnacle or final point of the temples. The influence of Vajrayana or Tantric philosophy is an important factor in understanding the presence of erotic sculptures. Tantrism emphasizes the idea that everything is permitted and nothing is inadmissible in the pursuit of spiritual liberation. It recognizes the importance of the feminine energy and often incorporates rituals and practices that involve sexual intercourse, known as maituna, as a means to attain spiritual enlightenment or mahasukha or great bliss. Some scholars suggest that the creation of erotic images may have been influenced by elite individuals, including rulers who sought to indulge in luxury. The opulent lifestyles of Hindu kings in ancient times were well documented, and it is possible that these sculptures were commissioned as a symbol of their affluence. During ancient times, when Muslim rulers conquered kingdoms and cities, they often targeted temples for destruction. The belief was that Muslim people had an aversion to nudity and would be deterred from approaching temples adorned with erotic carvings, thus sparing them from destruction. This strategy was employed due to the imminent threat of invasion faced by Hindu temples from Muslim forces, as it was assumed that Muslims would refrain from attacking structures featuring erotic imagery. In the 8th century, during the time of Adi Sankaracharya, an Indian Vedic scholar and teacher, Buddhism was gaining significant popularity, and there was intense competition to become monk and nun within its fold. This trend raised concern among Hindu leaders, as Buddhism encouraged a lifelong commitment to celibacy, which posed a threat to population growth. In contrast to Buddhism's strict lifestyle, Hindu sages wanted to convey the message that Hinduism was more flexible and focused on embracing life rather than abstaining from it. To motivate people toward a more balanced approach of life and encourage reproduction, erotic carvings were created as a reminder for their societal duties. This was seen as a subtle way to counter the influence of Buddhism. There is also a belief that the temple carving were intended to serve as a form of encouragement for people to engage in sexual activity, thus contributing to the growth of the workforce. During periods when people became preoccupied with their work and started neglecting their reproductive duties, these sculptures were erected to remind them of the importance of maintaining a healthy balance between work and procreation. It is believed that during Malla period in Nepal, when wars was prevalent and the numbers of soldiers were dwindling, there was a pressing need to increase the population, particularly of potential warriors. The ongoing conflicts, such as the wars between the three cities of Kathmandu, Bhaktapur and Lalitpur during the Malla dynasty, resulted in the loss of many soldiers. As the war continued for years, the kings of these cities recognized the dwindling number of soldiers available for battle. In response, they made a strategic decision to encourage their people to have more children who could be raised to become future warriors. Consequently, erotic carvings were created to promote procreation. These carvings were prominently displayed in the temples of the kingdoms so that they could be seen by all, serving as a visual reminder to inspire sexual desire and contribute to the growth of the population, especially the male population needed for the future army. It is suggested by some that these erotic carvings were created to provide education about sex to the people of ancient times. During that era, there were limited means of communication and dissemination of knowledge compared to what we have today. As a result, artists crafted sculptures and placed them in the temples as a way to visually instruct and inform the people about the proper ways of engaging in sexual activities. These intricate carvings were intended to serve as a form of sexual education, helping individuals understand the needs of sexual intimacy. Thank you.